Good morning, YouTube, X, and wherever else I decide to upload this video. This is Influence Freedom, and I'm going to teach you this morning about the Holy Grail in the heavens, along with that harvest and the soul, and what's going on in the news. And so I hope that this helps you learn something about the stars and even associations. And in the end of it, it's also a shout out as a remembrance to October 1st and the Harvest Festival. So let's get right to it. We have over here this morning, rising, we have a Virgo with Apollo, and also known as Hermes, Apollo, Mercury, or we also have next to it then the Sun, Helios, or Sol, S-O-L. She has the Venus at her feet this morning, and the moon is up with her hair. And we have over here, of course, Hercules rising, and our Holy Grail is being filled with the soul. Okay, and I'm going to show you how that is all associated and not just made up. All right, so we're going to go over to Mercury, and the Greeks called the planet Mercury Apollo when it appears as a morning star, and Hermes when it appears as an evening star. So we now know that the ancients called Mercury Apollo. All right, so here's Apollo hanging out with the sun, and they're filling the Holy Grail. So the soul is filling the Holy Grail. So let's go. Are we sound association right to, or I mean, are we sound in our association to the constellation Crater? Now, I don't know if they pronounced it a different way, but that's how I pronounce it, as Crater. So if we go over to the star known as Labrum, and Labrum is the Delta Crateris, we know that this has been associated with the Holy Grail, and the word Grail comes from the ancient Greek word crater, which refers to the large wine mixing vessel. So we have that star right here. This is the Labrum star right here. And that is the Holy Grail star. And so we have our cup and our crater, our Holy Grail, and we have the soul starting to fill the Grail today at harvest time. Okay? And we have Hercules. Now, was it all remembered in the myths and other ways? Of course, you know, they've got the constellation is associated with the Greek god Apollo. Okay, so it's associated with the Greek god Apollo. And the story in one myth, Apollo cast a cup, crow, and water snake into the sky after the crow tricked him. So that's what we have. That's how you're remembering your stuff. They're telling you it. So here's your crow, your cup, and your water snake being cast into the sky with Hercules as they rise, which is occurring right now in the East Coast. So Apollo, Mercury, is casting into the cup. Cast a cup, I should say, not into a cup, but Apollo cast a cup. So they happen to all be there this morning. Now, Apollo isn't there. Mercury isn't there every year with the sun, but this year it is. It's, you know, can be here, which would still be, this would still be Apollo because he's the morning star. So, but in other years, Mercury might be the Hermes. But this year they happen to be directly together, casting the cup, and the soul is filling the cup. All right, so as the morning goes on and you're remembering, you're like, oh, it's October 1st, and the sun, the soul, will be filling the Holy Grail this morning, and the harvest shall begin. Okay, so you just follow it around, and you see that then the sun fills the crater all day, and that's going to be the glow. The soul is going to fill the cup all day on October 1st, and, you know, around the 1st, 2nd. But you can see that the sun moves dramatically through the cup over each day. It does a big jump every day through the crater or through the Holy Grail. So the soul moves fastly past the cup. But it's on October 1st that the sun is filling the cup. Okay, so I just want you to remember that on October 1st every year now, you'll know that the sun and its glow are filling the cup, and that the crow is there with the water serpent, obviously, all the time. And then Hercules is starting their rise, and that's happening right now this morning. Okay, in relationship to in the news, how I remember certain things too is things like, well, Mercury is also in relationship, possibly related in relationship to merchant wages trade. And then in the news today, specifically, Mercury Apollo in relation to trade and wages happens to be filling the cup. So I'll be able to remember 2024, the strike happens over their wages and their negotiations, and this is all dealing in trade. And then also in the news, I will forever remember that the Harvest Festival happened on October 1st, as to the soul was filling the Holy Grail and the season for the harvest to begin. So anyways, I hope that helps you learn some stuff about the heavens, and I hope that helps you learn whatever, enjoy. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye.